Hello everyone, this is Dawn over at Plot Chronicles. I'm actually filming myself today with the cell phone and I want to know what you guys think of the sound quality. I've got a new tripod. I'm still kind of working out with it. I know it's not ideal, but just bear with me. Also, the air conditioning is not kicking on now, but when it kicks on, I want to know if you can hear it with the cell phone. I think it muffles it out a little bit better than the other camera, but let me know what the sound quality is. Do you prefer my husband filming me? Do you prefer this? You know, sometimes if he can't film me, I'll have to do that. So anyway, starting off, this is what I'm doing today. I want to talk to you guys about my 7 favorite self-help books because I know I've said, hey, I don't like self-help books because they all say the same thing. The main reason I don't like a lot of self-help books is because I feel a lot of them are based on a lot of science. Like if you look at old self-help books, I felt like a lot of them were positive thinking. They gave you more tools and things to do, gave you some good-hearted advice. Nowadays, they go into all this science. And at first, the science experiments are interesting, but you never really get into what to do to change. And then I get bogged down and bored. And so I actually prefer old, what I call self-help type books. So I wanted to tell you guys all my favorites. I have copies of a few, but guess what? I actually gave or loaned out a couple of my favorite copies of a few books a couple different times and then haven't gotten them back. And so next time what I want to do is purchase a few of these and keep them as a keepsake because I'm thinking about reading a little bit of self-help book every day because it really actually makes you feel good. Think about this. If you have a favorite self-help book, and many might say it's the Bible, and they read the Bible every day, which is wonderful. There's lots of encouraging words in the Bible. But say if it's something like Atomic Habits, for example, and you read, 2 pages a day. Those types of thoughts going in our mind every day are a really positive thing, especially if we are applying them to our life. So I know that's a long intro and that's a no-no on YouTube, but bear with me. I'm going to share with you guys my 7 favorite, what I call self-help books, and I'm going to tell you what they are. Okay, the first, I just mentioned it, Atomic Habits by James Clear. I'm not going to go into a long explanation, but before I read that book, I had read so many self-help books that everybody was recommending. And to be honest with you, I was bored to tears by all of them. I thought, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? But I read his and it was very interesting. It kept my interest, which is a huge deal for me. I told you guys I get bored easily. But basically, he's all about doing things with small, manageable steps. And when you think about doing things as baby steps, it's so much more manageable. It's all about starting new habits, breaking, bad habits, but making it something you enjoy and look forward to, about habit stacking. But he just does it in such a great way. I actually plan on purchasing this book again and keeping it in my library and not loaning it because I've actually purchased it twice and then loaned it out and then haven't gotten it back. So, and then actually, I've actually had the book several times in my house, and I've either loaned it or given it to somebody. And so, you know what? It's a great book. I highly recommend Atomic Habits. You can take it out from your library, but most of the time it's on hold, and it was written several years ago, so that tells you it's a good book. Okay, the second one, I just recently did a review on it, The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. I absolutely love that book. It's all about positive thinking and your attitude. And what I like is it gives you ideas. It gives you tools for your toolbox. Love it. I think it was written in the 50s, but a lot of the stuff is applicable to nowadays. Third one, I didn't like it at the beginning and I had a bad attitude, but looking back, I love it. And it's perfect for someone like me that wears many hats, have a 48-hour day. One of the things I'm doing now is I'm reevaluating each day and figuring how can I improve it? What were my time wasters today? Because if you have a lot on your plate, have you guys noticed something? Really successful people, they accomplish a lot. People that are really driven and don't allow things to interrupt their day or get in the midst of their day and, take away from things that are important to them, they accomplish a lot. And the busy people can seem to take on more, and you wonder, how do they juggle it all? Well, they have systems in place to be able to do that. and they work faster. So you could take somebody that's super successful and give them a task to do. It doesn't matter what it is. And they're going to get it done a lot faster than someone that drags their feet. You know, we'll say it's an organizing project. Someone's going to be like, oh, I hate organizing. Oh, and then they take a break and talk to their friend. And then they do this. And then that project that might have taken a good hour, it takes them all day long because they drag their feet, they stop and they start and they stop and they start instead of saying, okay, I got an hour, let's go. And they set a plan and they do it and they just get it done. And then now they've got several other hours to do what they want. So successful people seem to be able to take more on their plate. So I'm trying to learn to manage my time better and be able to work at a better pace than what I do. So that's kind of what this book is all about. Have a 48-hour day. Of course, it would require no sleep, right? Okay, the next one that I put on here was how, and I don't have this book, but I used to own it and I gave it out. Okay, don't give out your favorite books, guys. And I have actually 2 books from the same author that I absolutely love. One I own and I'm going to show it to you. But this one I love and I want to own this one again. How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. Absolutely love it. He gives you tools on how to stop worrying because he says, hey, what's the likelihood that these things are going to happen? And he tells you what to do during worst case scenarios. And he gives you examples and done in a positive light. Love, love, love the book. How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. It's a really great book. Okay, the next one, I guess you would call it spiritual book, but I don't take it as spiritual really. The Complete Works of Florence Scovel Shinn. You want to know how I take this book if I were to sum it up in 1 or 2 sentences? Basically, it's 2 things. Number 1, the power of our words and how very, very, very important they are. We got to, and you know what? I'm speaking to myself right now. And not our thoughts, not just our thoughts, but our words. But the other huge thing is, and this is a challenge for a lot of folks, and hey, it can be a challenge for me. We all have resentments in our life, people that we might resent, but how unforgiveness and resentment, you might not even be aware of it, that how it can be holding us back from blessings. About even if somebody is really somebody that you don't enjoy, someone that's causing you stress. Maybe we all have someone in our life that is a real treasure, someone that we would love to leave on someone else's doorstep, if that makes sense. And we all have folks like that. And for me, one of my biggest things that I have a pet peeve of, and I'm just being honest, are people that are passive aggressive, people that get their digs in, and people that give backhanded compliments. Folks like that I have a hard time with. But you know what Florence would say? She'd say, wish them well, have good feelings towards them, because the thing is, having negative feelings like that and harboring resentment towards them is going to hold us back. So this book basically is all about forgiveness and watch your words, and and being grateful. That's what the book's about, and I need more of that in my life, okay? And then last but not least, and I have a copy of this book, is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Love. And you know what? It's in this book, if I remember correctly, he talks about some challenging personalities. All of these books, and I know I'm working on taking a little bit of time each and every day reading from these books because they're really good, powerful books. And you could read them over and over again because the more I immerse myself in this type of thinking, because think about this for a minute, and nothing wrong with YouTube, nothing wrong with watching Netflix. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of that. It's all fabulous. We can learn so much. There's so much positive. But if you're what I call doom scrolling, watching negative fear-based things, talking on the phone to negative people that are complaining about the same thing over and over. Let's say we spend an hour and a half a day doing that kind of stuff. Instead, we could be filling our mind with good things like this. So I want to ask you guys in the comments 2 things. Number 1, can you hear the air conditioning coming on now? And is it really loud and does it sound like a tea kettle? That's one of my questions. And number 2, what are some of your very favorite self-help books? Okay, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Also, another announcement. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a favorite author day, but then I might need to put the favorite author day on hold because I'm kind of running out of them. I don't want to keep doing favorite author days if I just read one book of theirs, okay? It's got to be somebody that I've liked several of their books. And so I have one more author tomorrow, and I'll be doing that video. And then I will just kind of keep you guys posted day by day if I'll be doing a video, because I want to make sure that I can do a variety of topics to make it interesting for you. Try to keep most of the videos short. And I've got videos coming up. I'm going to be doing a mid-year review on my favorite books for the year so far, 6 months in. I'll be doing a June report card. I'll also be telling you books that I wouldn't recommend for the year, things like that. And I'll just be picking out a few. So I'd like to know how everyone's doing. What are some of your favorite books? I'd love to definitely know about the self-help books. Anyway, I know this video went a little longer. I hope you don't mind. Let me know what you guys think of me filming on the cell phone. I love you, appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow for Favorite Author Day. Thanks, everybody. Love you. Bye.